Hi everyone, welcome back to Lasagna Monique for a new way. So, I would like to encourage everybody to rediscover your true purpose. A lot of us are unhappy, working paycheck to paycheck, or maybe we do like our job, but something's missing. So, I invite you to go back to your earliest childhood and to rediscover your dream. And maybe your dream has changed. What are you interested in now? Whatever it is, go for it. A lot of us are a little cranky or unsatisfied, and we just, going along. Like I said, we're surviving. And now it's time to thrive instead of merely surviving. And part of that is getting out of your comfort zone and discovering new things and revisiting, like I said, your dream in the past. And maybe you can't exactly fulfill that, but maybe there's something tied to it or around it that you can do. So, for example, for me, my dream was to be a big, star. Like I just love singing and dancing, theater. And I was pretty good at it. I was doing it, professionally for a while. I was teaching for a long while. And some people may, know me as Midori Ito. And some people may know me as Lasagna Monique. And I legally changed my name, but I changed it back. So coming full circle, and I was a professional choreographer, dancer, set designer, costume. I did everything: hair, makeup, you name it. And I love theater. And I went to college and pursued that with my Bachelor of Fine Arts. And I enjoyed a really good, career, but I wanted to take it further. And I had an opportunity to work with some artists, big name artists. And I worked with a few, singers and dancers on a couple projects, but it fell through. And, that's okay. At least I enjoyed the footage. And, you know, some point in life, though, things came to a screeching halt. And it was very, very, very hard for me. But even then, I fought back. I still went on and I started doing hair shows and started again working with some up and coming performers, singers, and again that fell through. It fell through, uh, for the last time, and so I was like fed up, because I was pouring my heart out, doing all this work, getting like feedback, and it just wasn't working, and that's life sometimes. And so um, upon that, I just started healing, um, being really faced with some health issues, and which at first I hated it, but now I'm happy I did it because I'm learning so much about me, about my body, and learning that they got us eating crazy out here. And it was just fine. And but now I'm excited because thank you to the current generation, because you're doing it really big with the plant-based recipes. Thank you so much. Like pretty much everything that my comfort foods, my junk foods, like y'all found a vegan or a plant-based dupe. All right, okay. And so maybe I'll share some of my favorites, and maybe I'll play around in the kitchen myself. But until then, I just want to thank you guys. Very creative and life saving. So, with that being said, I was faced with, like, I'm not gonna call it a midlife crisis because I'm not old, but and I shouldn't. There's no such thing as old. We're eternal beings. We could be millions of years old or like one day old. In like a 75-year-old body. But spiritually, I'm eternally 21, forever 21. Welcome to my. Have you been to my shop? Have you been to my store? But anyway, um, I had to face reality. It wasn't working, and I didn't even want to dance or teach anymore, even if I was asked to. I was just like done because people weren't respecting me. People weren't treating me right. I was doing all this stuff. Yada 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 yada. My little pity party. We all have it, and so the pity party had to come to an end, and I got quiet, and I went within. I started my healing journey, which led me to some other things, and some a lot of things were revealed about how this world works, and Of course, I was mad at first, about like the fluoride in the water, you know, and various things that like dyes in our food, But back in the day, we were tearing up them Kool-Aid packets though, and I had the nerve to dye my hair with Kool-Aid. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it alone. And so when I find, shout out to environmental working group for really creating a database so that we can check the labels on our food and our health and beauty products, because that's a lifesaver. And even I stopped wearing perfume because all that stuff they put in it like works against us. So essential oils and natural scents, and it smells better and it feels better. Anyway, stop permanent hair, went natural. Still working on moving to natural fibers and not synthetic fibers. It's a baby step. Really, got into herbs. So I'm saying all this to say, there's my new purpose. I didn't even know it. I just found myself talking to people, sharing information. I was like a research queen. Okay, I was looking stuff up. I'm like, oh my, and some stuff I was saved because I didn't need it, but I knew somebody that would either need help or was looking for resources, and I would just create a folder for them, and I would just shoot it out. And so again, Lasagna Monique means wise advisor. And so looking back on my life as a youngster, in high school and in elementary school, I was always there for my friends who had problems. And for some reason, I would just really listen, and I would it just came natural. Like I would give them solutions, and I would encourage them, and I would stick up for them, if they were bullied or something like that. And so I realized, like, okay, sometimes you have more than one purpose in life, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be that one thing that you dreamed of as a child. But in a way, I did complete that. Sure, I didn't, get to the main stage like I wanted to, but I was on stages. I've been on the same stage as Shaka Khan. I've worked with artists who work with Diddy, and P Diddy. So I did a little something something, and I'm glad that I had those experiences. I can still kind of hurts because I still have all these really cool ideas for choreography or music or something like that. I even wrote songs. I wrote books. I wrote short stories, and but I realized that as we eternal beings, there'll be another time and opportunity for that. But right now, I really feel motivated to get this message out and just share and just get the conversation started. So if you like this message, please, subscribe, share the link, and if you care to, assist and donate, we would love it. And if not, just you being here is a gift enough for me. So with that being said, I just want to encourage everybody not to give up on your dreams, goals, wishes, or desires. Seek them. Like it's. I don't want to say you only have one life to live, but treat it as if you only have one life to live, because and that might be it. Those of us who are spiritual, have we believe something else, and whatever your belief, whatever religion, I'm thankful you have it, because we all need something higher than ourselves to keep us going, to keep us in the so-called game of life, and we need the support of not only ourselves and each other. So if you're stuck in life, if you feel like WTF, like what am I doing this job? Like why am I doing what am I doing? I had jobs where I'm like, why am I here? Like, you know, I don't even like this. Like what, and it can't just be about money at some point. At some point, it has to be meaningful. It has to be coming from the heart. So I encourage you by rediscover your dream. Like, remember when you were a little child, what did you always want to be when you grow up? And if that you can't have, find something that's related to it. And if for some reason, like, you're no longer interested in that dream, find a new purpose. What makes you smile? Like, I really thought about, like, these days it's kind of hard to smile. But I make myself smile. I look for things that I enjoy, like get into the arts. Like, we're all artists. Every single person, I don't care who you are an artist. You are an artist. So try different things. There's a lot of people sharing some and creating and innovating some very unique different art modes. And so discover them and try them. And who knows, share them. That could be your purpose. That could be, your bread and butter, so to speak. And you're going to be happy, maybe challenging, starting your own business or side hustle, but it'll be freeing and it'll be rewarding. Or you can keep your job. Don't quit your job, okay? Keep it until you really, really know and you really, really have a plan. But rediscover yourself, or maybe you like your job and it's okay, but something's a little missing. Hobbies, get out, meet people. I decided to decide. I moved recently, and I picked up the local paper, and like they have the community calendar, and I never knew it existed. That's a darn shame. Like, how am I an adult and I didn't know this existed? But I've never really been into the newspapers. But I started flipping through it, because I was in a waiting room somewhere and that was the only thing to read. And I didn't want to do the whole phone thing. I'm trying to, put the phone down because you see everybody out, even whole families in restaurants, just in their cell phones. I'm like, dang, y'all ain't can't even sit down and have a meal, but that's okay, baby steps. And so I look at the community calendar, and I'm like, oh, I would be. There's like they have an adult game day where you can play frisbee, double dutch, what, jump rope. And so I'm like, okay, a community center does this. Like, I might check it out. And libraries have free classes, computer classes, art classes, workshops, and they have free movie nights. So I'm not so much into the movies anymore, but like, venture out, and you never know who you're going to meet, and you never know what life will present you with, and you might just be presented with a surprise purpose like I was. So that's it. I'll end it here. Thanks for listening. I encourage you not to give up. Take care of yourself, love yourself, forgive others, and step into your purpose. See, if we're all living our purpose, truly living our purpose, what really makes us feel good, we're going to be less likely to be angry, and therefore we're less likely to get on each other's nerves. And on top of that, if we support each other in our purpose, even with a kind word, we're going to see tremendous growth, and this world is going to look totally different, sometime in the very near future, and I'm excited about that. So until next time, this is LaSagne Monique for A New Way. Be wise and be well, and be well and be wise. Take care. Thank you.